always provided spectacular action, Formula 3 providing the bulk of the numbers, and Formula 1 providing the bulk of the speed. So, with 15 challengers ready to pinch his 1993 crown, the Formula 3 champion and his observer were prepared. Meanwhile, in Formula 1, the current national champion was reflecting on the success of a summer past and the task of the season ahead.
I learnt a lot last year in how to relax behind a Formula 1 boat. It is so much faster than my old Formula 2 boat that it was just making me tense, and I wasn't relaxing over the waves, so I was fighting the boat and fighting the waves, and we just didn't have the last 5 miles an hour that I needed to really push on with Darren.
Darren Kirtland, a stunning victory last week in the Diamond Race in Belgium against the very best of Europe, so you've got to be pre-race favourite today. Are you feeling confident?
Yeah, pretty confident, but you should never underestimate anybody. I say the mechanic's been working on the boat non-stop after a few problems last weekend. We broke the boat, but we've got one of our quicker boats here today, and we should have a good race.
And of course, you're with a new crew this year, and how much of a difference does that make? Is there a lot of extra training to do?
There is. I've got a bit of a distance. My new team's up in Scotland, obviously I'm down south, but they're both experienced guys, and we've got it together pretty well, pretty quickly.
Well, it was soon time for one flag down. Remember, that means 30 seconds to feed out the 200 or so feet of line that will connect the skiers to the boat for the next 30 minutes. Providing they don't let go, that is. It's Formulas 1 and 3 then, 20 boats on the line, and this was the action. The first lap was completed in just under 2.5 minutes. That's an average of 83 miles per hour, including the start. And in the lead, Chris Thorne from Penarth, with you-know-who about to go through. This was a long way round for Kirtland, but he looked comfortable enough. However, Thorne's a gritty little competitor, and when driver Ken Thorne holding the inside line, he was giving little away. But as we said on this programme so many times, you can't keep a good man down. And by lap 3, Kirtland was clear and lapping the Formula 3s. By lap 6, he was over a minute ahead of his nearest rival and was afforded the luxury of backing off the pace. Even so, it was still around 90 miles per hour. Meanwhile, in Formula 3, it was a usual jostle at each mark, with Harris, Williams, Waters and Cole in the surprise company of Scotland's Ronnie Mackenzie. And as the race went on, there were ample opportunities for them all to watch one of the fastest water skiers at his best as he flashed past. And with 2 laps to go then, let's catch up with the rest. Mike Waters was leading Formula 3. Chris Thorne was second in Formula 1. Williams, Stapley and Mackenzie were swapping blows in Formula 3. And in 5th, there was a great battle between Chris Cole, 999, and Nigel Newland, 303. Incidentally, former leader Harris's observer had gone for an unannounced swim, so he'd pulled out. Third place in Formula 1 belonged to Paul Wright of Hunstanton, just a fraction off the pace from the start. He was now 2 minutes down. And coming up, a racing bird's eye view of Formula 1, as seen by a mere Formula 3. And talking of Formula 3, Williams was now 20 seconds up on Mackenzie, but still 20 seconds behind the leader, Mike Waters. And 4th in Formula 1, Damon Eastwood, forced to swap boats just before the off, meant it was never quite his day. Just after this, he retired. But eat your hearts out, all you Formula One protagonists. Witness a man in form, lapping the second place gear before taking line honours, and becoming the only competitor in round 1 to complete 13 laps in the allocated 30 minutes. Impressive stuff. The scoreboard then showing the gulf between Kirtland and Thorne. 77.7 points is almost 3 miles, with Wright a further 2 miles back beyond that. In Formula 3, while Williams' second was a slight disappointment, Waters' victory was certainly well deserved. But perhaps the best performance was veteran Ronnie Mackenzie nipping in for third. Well, the second round of the 1994 Speed Ski Challenge is about to get underway with Formula 2.